In this video, we're going to talk about how to find items that don't tank for Amazon FBA online arbitrage. The very first thing to be looking for when looking for items that don't tank is to look for items that actually sell very, very quickly. This is one of the best ways to source items that don't tank because when an item actually sells quickly, an item is going to be able to sustain more people coming onto the listing without the price actually going down. In some cases, it could even be easy to get, but still have the price continue to stay stable or go up. If an item moves slowly and is also easy to get, it's more likely to end up going down in price. On a faster moving item, for example, if someone lowers the price randomly by $2, that makes absolutely no sense. They're just going to sell out immediately and the price is going to go back up to what it was before. On a slow moving item, that lower price is going to stay around for a while and people are going to end up matching them and starting to cut them and go down and down and down in price. Whereas with a faster moving item, it's just going to end up rebounding much easier. Another way to avoid items that are going to tank is to make sure that you're building as many moats around your products as possible. So a moat would generally be something that makes you more competitive than the other people on the listing. So for example, if everyone else is paying sales tax, but you're not paying sales tax for whatever reason, that's a competitive advantage. You're saving anywhere between 5 and 10% because of that one advantage there. And you are going to be able to go lower in price and still have a competitive profit on that item. So there's a couple ways that you can make this a competitive advantage for yourself. So instead of paying sales tax, you could have your item sent to a sales tax-free prep center. So if you purchase an item for $100 and you're not having to pay 7% sales tax, you're saving a whole $7 per unit. That is a competitive advantage. Another few ways that you can do this is by using coupon codes or discounted gift cards or by sending offers on eBay. There's a lot of ways that you can get more competitive pricing on items. This is one reason why wholesale is a really good business model for a lot of people, even though I don't do it, because you are going to be able to have a relationship with a distributor or brand, and over time, they're probably going to be able to give you better and better discounts. This is a competitive moat around your product because other people aren't necessarily getting that discount the same way that you are able to if you put in the work or know where to send offers that are going to be accepted. Another competitive advantage is sales. And so sometimes people misunderstand sales and they think that just because an item is discounted, that makes it a good deal to go ahead and sell on Amazon. The problem is that sometimes there are certain sales that are too well known by too many people, and so therefore it's no longer really a competitive advantage. Everyone who wanted to get that product purchased it at that same sale, and therefore the price continues to go down. Purchasing off a sale that maybe lasts for one day or is on a site that's a lot less well known or is just a temporary sale on eBay, for example, is going to give a lot more of a competitive advantage than purchasing from a sale that has just literally been around for an entire month and you don't have to do anything special to find it. Another way that you can build a moat around your products is to sell items where other people are gated in these products and you knew how to get ungated in the product. Having an ungate that not everyone is doing is an extreme competitive advantage. We're going to talk through the history of the Nike ungate, for example. Back in 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019, even up until 2020, it was kind of seen as a very difficult or hard thing to get ungated in Nike and a lot of other products. And so being able to get ungated in Nike was an extreme competitive advantage. Over time, however, through 21 and 22 and 23, getting ungated in Nike has become much easier to do. It's on YouTube, multiple places. It's in so many Discords. Tons of people talk about it. It's super well known at this point, and so it's a lot harder to make competitive money in Nike compared to what it was several years ago. Not saying it's not possible now, you still can make good money with it, I am sure, but it was a much more competitive advantage, a bigger moat around your products 2-3 years ago. I'm recording this in 2023 than it is right now. So being able to get ungated in things that not everyone is thinking about or talking about, or there's not guides for it, is going to be a really big competitive advantage for you and selling the items on Amazon FBA. So before we actually talk about how to actually do these things, in summary, the easier it is to get an item to sell on Amazon FBA, the more likely it is to take. And the reverse is true. The harder it is to get an item, as long as there's still good demand for it, the more likely that it's going to stay stable or even potentially even go up in price. So I think we all kind of know that getting items that are harder to get is going to be really good for your Amazon FBA business, but how do we actually do this? I would strongly suggest being at least somewhat specialized in what categories you're selling in and what sites you source from. Or if you do retail arbitrage, what stores you purchase from. And although this isn't necessary and you can still make really good money selling a lot of different types of items, being really specific in the category and sites you source from helps you understand what's actually really competitive and a really good deal versus what's just kind of an average deal that's probably going to tank down to 13% ROI. For example, if I'm super used to sourcing a specific product from eBay to Amazon, and I know how hard it is or how easy it is to get that item on average to purchase profitably to sell on Amazon, when there's a big opportunity where someone lists a ton of these items, I am very well educated on how many I should be purchasing of this item because I've been looking for it and I've been specialized in this item for a long time, and I know what's normal and what's a really good deal on an item like this. If you're kind of just looking around for deals, you're probably going to see that, and you might be able to read the data right, but you might not know how many to purchase in order to actually hit a grand slam with that type of purchase. And then there's also just a lot of value in being a little bit creative with what you're sourcing. There's a lot of value in sourcing things that are different than what other people are sourcing. Going back to the Nike example, if you're sourcing Nike like a lot of new Amazon sellers are these days, it's just going to be harder to differentiate yourself, and a lot of people are still finding the same deals that you're finding. If you're able to get ungated in something that less people know about or less people are thinking about, or a category that seems really boring, like appliances or something. I don't even sell appliances. Maybe I should. That could be a really good opportunity to sell something that less people have their eye on, less people maybe are interested in or have a skill set in, and you can actually differentiate yourself and make exponential growth in your business. And kind of similar to the example above, if you can get ungated in something that people just don't know how to get ungated in, that's going to be a competitive advantage for you. That's a skill set that you can work on doing. For example, you can start with getting some of those ungates that are commonly talked about in Discords and YouTube. Something like that is Nike or Lego. There's a lot of people, if you join almost any big Amazon Discord, there's going to be an ungating section, and people will tell you or have told people in the past how to get ungated in certain brands. And from there, you can literally just go and try it. Once you get that and understand the process, and have done it a few times for certain brands or categories like that, you're going to be able to start to venture off on your own to do ungates that people haven't given the exact formula for. For example, for me, I went and got ungated in a couple office brands from a site that wasn't on the Discords. You can experiment by trying something like that. There's also a lot of sites that work that less people are talking about. Some of these could be Best Buy, Kohl's, or even something like Bulk Office Supply. Getting an ungate that nobody helped you with in a Discord or YouTube is a really satisfying feeling, and it helps you understand that you really can get ungated in almost anything that you want, as long as you can find a site that has 10 of an item and is going to give you a invoice that shows their address and your address. If you want more help in this, I do have a video on my YouTube channel that I will have in the description below called How to Get Ungated in Anything. It's a completely free video where we talk more in depth about ungating. But in summary, basically, if you can find items that are harder to get, that are slightly different, slightly differentiated, even just a little bit, you can have exponential results in your business. Also, if you can sell items that are selling very quickly, you can get away with a lot more as far as the differentiating piece, and you are able to take advantage of the item just selling very, very quickly and the demand continuing to be there. So if you can do anything to differentiate yourself and stay on a listing that is moving quickly, that is the way to go to make sure that your items don't tank. Have a great day. Take care.